Hi, I'm Scott Campbell. Welcome to my window painting tutorials. Hey everybody, how's it going? This is a video response to Lisa Cox, and this is a comment she made on my video airbrushing of October 23rd. Excuse me. Hi Scott, just found your videos and can say I am inspired. You do incredible work with such speed, you make it look so easy. I am an airbrush artist / muralist and just got asked to paint windows for Christmas. I am so excited, but the whole building is glass-like. 90 panes of 4 by 12 foot, plus 2 glass entryways. My thought is to paint inside. Winter weather is brutal here. What do you have to say about window sign painting on the interior? Does it change the order of how you paint the highlights? P.S. For not picking the airbrush up in so long, you have an amazing talent with it. I look forward to seeing more projects done with it in the future. Okay. I wanted to do a video response, Lisa, because this is a lengthy answer. You know, there's different ways to approach it. Okay, one, I'm not going to talk about your particular job yet because it's very large. I mean, you have 90 panes of window. I mean, it's a huge job. Wish I was there, I could help you out. Anyway, I'm just going to talk about in general, like painting on the inside and the outside. The reason I paint on the outside is because of the luminosity. When the light shines on something, it goes through the colors of the paint and it hits the white and bounces back out. That's why it's backed with white. It increases the luminosity of what you're looking at. When you paint on the inside, it cuts down on that because the light has to pass through the glass, through the paint, to the white backing, and then back out through the paint, back out through the glass to your eyeball. So it cuts down a little. Plus it creates, you know, reflections and stuff. So it's not quite as good to paint on the inside. But people have done it, and I've done it too, of course, on occasion. But I rarely do it now, if ever. But so anyway, if you do paint on the inside, what you can do is you paint your black first. And I would keep it really simple and not too much detail because you have a lot of work to do. But I would just do an outline and make it almost like a coloring book outline. You know, really simple black, and use the cell vinyl. The problem is when you paint on the inside with the black like that, you can either coat it so that when you do your colors it doesn't mush with the black too much. And it probably shouldn't with cell vinyl. But basically it's like a coloring book. You work on the inside. You can actually do your sketch in reverse on butcher paper and put it on the outside facing in. And then you can do your outline in the black cell vinyl. And then once you have that, you can take the butcher paper off. And then if you want to do highlights and shadows, you can, but you don't necessarily need to. You could just fill it in like a coloring book. And where it does touch the black, you kind of daub it, so you don't want to rub on the black, you know, too much like that, because it will break it down a little. So even if you have one of those round sponge-like brushes on the end, or if you take the 2-inch foam and just daub it where the black is, because you don't want to mush with the black. So that's why you want to stay away from a lot of little lines and little details. You want to keep it a bold, almost like graphic-like thing if you're painting on the inside. So maybe let me get a pad and maybe I can draw what I'm talking about. If I can find it in an empty. Well, we'll paint on the back of this one. So anyway, so basically, if you're working on the inside, we're going to keep this really simple. We're going to just do like a face here. So this is basically, let's say you're doing like a snowman character or whatever, you know, and you got it on the inside. So this is what you're going to see, and say the eyes are black, you can paint them in, you know, like this. And you got your snowman character. I usually don't do just the a charcoal nose, it would be a carrot nose, but just to keep it simple, we'll do this. So here's your character on the window. It's all painted in. This is cell vinyl. So when you go in to do this, you can go in with a teal color and do a shadow, and you can paint in his eyes teal, of course, or a color. And so you can go in here and you can paint in, before you do the white, you can paint, actually, you know what? Well, you do the highlights and the shadows both before you do the second color, the white. So you could paint this teal, this color here, and there's not going to be any highlights because it's white. But say you're going to do a red hat and you want a pink highlight. You would say paint this pink here. You know, this would be like the pink highlight. And then a dark red shadow, you would paint that. A dark red shadow. And then after that's done, so this is all clear right now. You can see out the window. This is the black outline. And then you would paint a pink highlight, a dark red shadow. Once that's really dry, then you paint the red over that. You know, or you might even have to paint white behind these too. It's something you want to probably experiment with. And but to keep it even more simple, you know, you could just keep it more simple, what you can do is you can just like just paint in colors. Don't do highlights and shadows. So say you're going to do a square head guy, whatever, and it's blue. So you just paint all this in blue. You know, paint it all blue. And you want his eyes to be yellow, so paint his eyes yellow and his nose red, whatever. You paint right into the coloring book idea. And so now when that's done, the colors are done, you paint white over that completely. Because again, you see the light's coming through the window, it's going to hit these colors and bounce back out. So that's how I would paint on the inside. The other way to do it too is you can just do it like really painterly, wet on wet. If you're going to do a scene, a snow scene, you can get out your blue and your teal and your dark blue, and you can go in with the white, and you can go in with the blue and just do wet on wet, a more painterly, almost like acrylic or oil painting effect. You know, if you're going to do some, you know, background stuff, you can just do the blends and the shadows all at once and mix them together. That's another way to do it. You can check it out and, like, you know, practice on some glass at home and then look at it and see what it looks like. The other thing you can do that I've done before is I actually wait for a break in the weather and I just paint it. I paint a small section, and once it's done, I cover it. And I'll put links to the videos on clearing and also drying. You know, you want to dry your paint fast if you're going to work that way too. Like if you're going to need to use a fan, you can even use a blow dryer to dry the paint. But so you can work on the outside if the weather isn't just pelting it constantly with rain. If you think there's going to be a day or a few hours where it's not going to get wet, you can paint it and you can get it really dry, and you can clear it with a clear. Some type of water-based clear. It's a little bit harder to get off once you put the clear over it, but it's worth it. You know, I mean, I've done windows and cleared them. I've had people request that the windows be cleared. Like I've worked for Wendy's, and they had an atrium where water just basically runs down it like a waterfall. They wanted to clear it, which is good. I mean, because it has tons of water going over it. So in that case, I cleared it and I charged them, you know, a little bit more to clear it, and so you can do it that way too. I've even gone as far as to build a structure over a section. Like I was working on this one job, a huge job, and I had one part left, and it just kept raining, kept washing off, kept having problems. I actually took some PVC pipe and I built a structure and put visqueen over it, like plastic sheeting, and I taped it to the window. I used Gorilla Tape, and I taped it to the window, and it wasn't windy, so it worked. I actually covered over the window. I think I used my ladders too. It was crazy, and it looked crazy, but it was up over the sidewalk, and it was raining, so I painted it, and then I got it dry, and then I cleared it underneath that, and then took the structure down, and then it was waterproof. That's an extreme, but I have done that because. Anyway, I hope that helps, And you can understand why I had to make a video response, because the question, the answer to this question is more than just, a few sentences or even a paragraph. It's kind of involved. But, and that's a huge job. Wow. I don't know if I've ever had a job quite that huge. These 90 panes and they're 12 feet high. Or maybe you wrote 12 inches. Maybe they're 12 inches high and they're little like that. In which case you could do it on the outside. You could paint a pane and clear it really quick and then go to the next one and clear it and, wait till one's dry and go to the next. But I think it said 12 feet. So 90, it's like it sounds like a convention center or something. Anyway, I hope that helps. It was a kind of a convoluted, crazy answer, but I try to just be forthright and just say what comes off the top of my head, and I hope it helps. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, Lisa, and everybody else. Thanks for watching. We'll see you. Bye. That was kind of long.